Hello, humanity. English was revealed by ancients as a grouped value that is positive or negative. They have the individual value, the group value, and the species language was was a method of prayer that is correlation, making sure they are positive to the sequence true, order of the finite, order of the active, order of the progressive, and identity's complete course. I'll drop the force, fake sides. As Trinity too, fake sides. Preventing nature's nature. Its complete nature of relationship to itself. That is value as length of IDs per one identity of value progression, positive that will only stay positive unto itself. So Earth's distinct and non-distinct relationship to rest of space nature is concentrated value. The same way our values as quality as fact, human nature, invisible but still discernible, is concentrated to campuses of each age and nature. See, this is exploited by a racketeering method worse than war crimes. Simple racketeering method that juxtaposed all to and as identity ground relationships as styles of liars needing to and valuing having been the real causes of all that, and as that blame the other things others themselves the real cause of it. And now this prevents logic with no criminal foreign influences. It means one with redeems. So Potolemy, I don't know, POT, people's omega tells, omega, feminine, not just Pico, this is in relationship to positive identity. People omega tells, omega, longing mother's energy. Longing energy. People's omega tells, omega's longing energy. Energy's mother. Why? People are longing mother's energy. Why? Because people are yin. People are omega. You said, Anthony, I thought you said individual is alpha, no matter if they're male or female, physically. That's in relationship to the order of the physics. In relationship to the order of metaphysics and of identity's complete relationship to itself, or its only semi-nature relationship to itself. So people's omega longs, people omega tells. So the omega is telling. These are three natures of telling. Telling what? Your question why? So people's omega tells, omega omega's longing, energy's mother, why? Because yin yang is inseparable. So yin can't be used to teach about anything but what is this is about the Trinity. So this is used to teach about exceptions and exception natures, where and as and how what is not true always is still an exception. I mean, is in demonstration of an as that which is true always at the same time and sequentially. We are this shared identity of value progression shared onto itself and as itself making more forever nature as an identity of volume. We are the contribution to its quality of activity nature, evaluation of positive or of negative system by. This reveals evolution's fruits and gifts. This has us want water, but now through other systems. Nature itself is going to continue to demonstrate negative value nature progressions, acts, and natures. So the physical body has value, where this is a demonstration of where value is nature and nature is value. The physical, the species is a physical body, inseparable from humanity, which is further is bigger than it as while being the value of it, plus or minus, in relationship to all that simultaneously is identity of relationship to itself. So unceasingly onto five parts of it. And we can't we're being separated from uses of the order of the finite. Little details. Those details are maintained self-valued by all those private schools involved with this racketeering, with the public schools, for example. Homeschool also recorded, confessed, and demonstrated involved with the people with that where it's in, and not just as in I think I'm talking about people personally. They have perception really ill, maintained that way. So we have to counter the conspiracy theories of the executive and judicial branch in conjunction with their uses of private criminality and medical criminality. So we have to get the various natures of courts to one name and sequence, not to paper, they have been and are affecting fake reality pretended into databases and the wrong outcomes in cases and ones preemptively so they can pretend to perceive things in other cases. So we need to have, so English was demonstrably you can't teach it properly without having yin yang understood inside the because where yin yang is true always. Is drawn to teach about what is true always, not deny exceptions. That's why and how, for example, some of the proofs of how English was revealed to teach Adam is the subject and Eve is the verb. We're going to teach about a predicate act. A main verb is a predicate, but when it's not being used as a main verb, it becomes a participle nature or an infinitive nature. The identity of value changes. The actor of a predicate act, like mail crime, like wire crime, their identity becomes a criminal insidiousness nature. Now, this is regarding especially these legalized criminal insidious natures, criminally legalized. Now, what do they do if you're criminally legalized and you exploited that? You pretend, well, you say, oh, it's legalized. Criminal readings of statutes. Before they did that, this method was in engineering between tribes A through Z, forced to blame other things, others themselves, with the quality of their fact treatment nature, forced to degrade, forced to have time impositions, forced to be able to let go of the long words of the species, which they probably referred to it as the long words, the ancients, when we were one. Not knowing it was positive or negative, but not the way we see it now. Everyone wanted to be, everyone knew how to cause evolution's fruits and gifts by being this identity of relationship to itself, positive onto those five semi-natures at the same time, distinctly and non-distinctly, while we're in with this range we are in control of, that connects with the greater nature of this identity of value progression that made meanings from nowhere in the original. It's self-generating. It is the identity of space, and it is the identity of existence, distinctly, non-distinctly, and simultaneously. Inside of the identity, there are even as that, not just together. There are the space and identity, space and existence have and identity they are together too. But there was also recorded the value of that, which is value of the means and way to discern how it's generated by this one identity of complete this identity's complete identity of relationship to itself, and that will only stay one way. So that's what took part of the value of space and put it in existence, and it took that part of existence and put it into a shared identity they have, because its identity of relationship to itself is inseparable from itself, even when itself is forced into different states in this value progression, which is sequential. This is the hierarchy of the identity of sequence, where the value of space and the value of existence is differential in relationship to this identity of forever nature. So by having so this asks a question. I said this number. I would have done this better, but I typed into a Reddit as a response, which was stupid. I should have, Potolemy, but I figured Potolemy maybe would appreciate it. They had it with a picture of a sarcophagus. But I don't know. This is a guy from. See, they bring in the identity of Rome, which is now the capital of a country, a modern nation, and they have identity of states. They have the Trinity is why the executive branch is why the judicial branch and is why the legislative branch are manifest. I didn't read that. They have a value nature relationship to itself, and where and as and how anything we could discern or make up can only be value nature inside values nature, which is the identity of forever nature's complete identity of relationship to itself. It's that identity. It's its identity of relationship to itself out of this perfect value progression, and is the value of that what made the Trinity. I mean, that's space and existence of the identity they are together. Still semi-nature. So this to see this complete nature is not a prayer like it's not prayer like a semi-nature religion, but religions are preservation of a sophistication of science and of quality of fact-achieving nature that has been prohibited since semi-ancient times. Just minds. So they can't defend what they call positive as criminal and citizens' natures and stand simple discernment means of it. This knew that it was going to make this propagated modern with the phenomenon of modern nations as victim predator identities of logic racketeering styles, just like fighters, forced by nature itself, though. So now I'll ask, no matter whose fault it is, we're being forced to ask our nature to be other than it is, which is to deny the identity of the ground relationship that is native pure. Boxings! It tells us things, reliefs. See, the human body of value, nature as value, has the means to admit this. So we have recorded criminally foreign influence zoning laws here and there, every modern nation. Recorded not by accident. All it causes, every modern nation blaming out other things, others themselves. All rise. All rise.